How's it going, everybody? I'm back, and we're going to be looking at a bug that I found in Tung. This happens both in the earlier versions of Tung and the latest version that Jimmy has released today, which is, I don't know, I think it's the 21st. Let me check my phone. Tuesday, May 21st. Right here I have a program counter, and this program counter right now is going to be clocked at 10 ticks per second, as you can see here on the right side. So I set it there, whatever. Cool. So I have a button here that I can use, and what's going to happen is every time I press this button, the program counter is going to increment. Now the bug is, depending on how long I depress this button, if you watch, if I hold this button down, that clock is going to run. And it's going to run for as long as I'm holding that button down. Wow. I just let go of the clock, and it creates these pulses. These pulses are alternating within the actual D flip-flop itself. They're internal oscillations to the NAND gate. And because of that, it has nothing to do with this wire. You can see it's not getting any input oscillation, but yet the cell is still oscillating. The only way to resolve this issue, and it freaking sucks. Oop, I hooked that up to the wrong thing. The only way to resolve this issue is hook up a line like this, which forces the cells to be a certain state. Which when you do that, forces them off. Now you've lost wherever you were in the program counter. You've lost your... You can't run code. You can't do things if you're going to get microticks. You see? I just clicked it for a brief second, and because this button will register any length, it just creates these microticks. My suggestion is that buttons and levers have a minimum tick length that they can produce. Instead of being a microtick like that, it's got to be on for the whole tick. So if you're running at 10 ticks per second, it's going to make sure that the least amount of time that the button will be depressed for, even if you click it real quick, will be 1/10 of a second. So the game's got to do checks for that. But I think that should be fairly easy to implement. And anyway, yeah, that's my bug report, because I can't run code in a game if I'm going to get oscillation errors. So if you don't want to fix the way these work, by making a D flip-flop, gate or cell, whatever, block, and you want to make it so that you still have to build these, well, obviously nobody wants internal oscillation, so you're going to have to fix these input schemes, because the only way to interface with these things is from these buttons. And yeah, I don't like having to lose my data in my program counter. The other thing I was going to show is if I change the speed to 1000, set that, and the same thing will happen here, but it's less likely. But you see, if I spam this button a few times, it might just start oscillating. The problem becomes less and less apparent. There we go. Yep. So, yeah, something's got to be done about that, because as you go up in your tick rate, it's harder and harder to get that button to create that too short of a pulse. But I think they shouldn't be a thing in the first place, so just eliminate it from the game instead of making people run at insane tick rates. And yeah, that's my 2 cents. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'll see you guys next time.